Let's take a look at the menus and controls that allow you to configure the logo inserter feature on the NXT products.
So the first thing you do is create your logo. Here I have a logo I created, and notice it has an alpha channel that is going to provide the key channel for the logo inserter. I'm going to save it as a TGA file. We're going to call it 22.tga. So the next thing we want to do is use the logo converter program, which you can download from the Ensemble website, to convert the file to a .logo file. You can either drag the logo to the converter or choose foreground image. Use this pull down to match the format of your clean switch. Let's name the file. Just going to continue calling it 22. We can choose a position that we want to have it show up in the first time, or we can just import it directly. So press convert. We're going to save it. Now if we want to convert a bunch of TGA files into a animated logo, we can select all of the files and drag and drop those. Notice that it now has a play button as well as a slider to show the position of where we are in that animation. So I have 120 frames of the 22 logo rotating, and I'm going to rename it as 22 loop, and I'm going to convert that to a file, to a .logo file. Next, let's navigate to the web server for the NXT and go to the settings menu. Scroll down to clean switches, and we want to assign a clean switch to one of the outputs. Remember, the logo inserters can only be used on outputs that have clean switches on them. So I've assigned it to output 4, and I've assigned clean switch 2 to output 5. Okay, now we can scroll down to logo inserter. Click on manage logos. Click on add logo. Go to my source. Remember that logo I made earlier? Here's the 22. I can open that, and I can add logo for that animated logo as well. Now the logos are saved in the file system on the NXT, but I haven't actually sent them to the output. You can pre-position the logo here. If it's an animated logo, I'm going to leave this one over here. You can decide if the animated logo is supposed to play once or if it's supposed to loop. This particular animated logo I want to loop. Okay, and I press reload logos. Now that the logos are loaded, you can see that only the logo for that particular clean switches format is loaded. So 720 and 525 logos aren't loaded because none of the clean switches are set up for those formats. All right, so we can say done out of there. We have the logos loaded. There are two places where we can configure and bring the logo on and off. We could do it right here from the logo store page. We could select our logo. Let's pick the first one that we were playing with, and we can say on air. Now you can notice that the key is on air, and it's positioned in that position that we first enabled when we loaded the logo. Another way to turn the logo on and off is to go to the actual output that the clean switch is assigned to, and we can take the logo on off or mix it on off. We can also position the logo by dragging it from here. We can change the logo that we want to go to. We can reposition that. We can save it into a preset so that later we can recall that logo and that preset. Here's our animated logo. And because we had told it to loop, when we mix it on or off, it then is an animated logo that either plays once or loops. And we could save that in a preset. So now it's very easy to recall presets. Select the preset menu and then select the preset. Here's where you set your duration of the transition for the logo to go on and off. To leave the submenu, you can click away from the window. Output number 5 also has a clean switch on it, so we could turn on and off the logo for it as well. Back in the menus, if we go to Logo Inserter, we can position the logo with numerical values here. We can also select different logos. So that's it. It's very easy to bring logos on and off air and select different logos, load them into your NXT products. Thanks for watching.